Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah, for all those who are new here. And I'd like to share the magical capabilities of using art as a tool towards healing. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all the art supplies that I take with me on the go for when I'm doing medical things. So as an individual with chronic health issues, I'm frequently sitting in waiting rooms on my way to see doctors. I even do iron infusions, so that means I'm hooked up to an IV and I'm sitting around for quite some time. And those kind of things can really lead to anxiety, stress, and I love using art supplies as a tool to help me relax, put myself in a meditative state so I can breathe. So first off, music is a huge helper in these situations, especially when I'm doing iron infusions. So before I even whip out any of my art supplies, I'm making sure that I have my music on hand. I would show you some of my playlists. I'm using my phone right now to record this, so I'm gonna just put it up here. But basically, I love just hitting up some 90s boy bands. I'll even just put on some happy music to really just boost my mood. I find that by having headphones on and not having noise canceling headphones is helpful because it still allows me to be present. So if the nurses or doctors need to ask me questions or do check-ins, I can, answer questions. But it still takes out the outside noise of other people and the beeping and everything like that. So this is a huge aspect of it. But this is what you're really here for, the art supplies. So let's start with the sketchbooks. I have two go-to sketchbooks that I bring with me. If I'm doing something that's, say for example, just a checkup, I'm going into an appointment with one of my doctors, I will bring this little one here. What I love about it is the fact that I can do color explorations, and that's what I primarily use this small one for. And these are quick and easy exercises, and they're fun for me to do. What I love about the fact that it's such a small sketchbook is that it's easy to carry with me, so I don't need to take a big bag. I can fit this in my pencil case. I can also fit this in my purse. It's easy to fold up and get going as soon as my name gets called. So yes, something really small like this, super helpful in those kind of situations. It's when I know I'm going to be there for a while. I know that there are sometimes you can't tell if you have an appointment for 3:15 and you don't actually get called until 4 o'clock. So if that's a situation and I have this sketchbook, I'm like making several of these. I might, make 4 or 5 depending on that kind of situation. But if I know it's for my iron infusion, for example, I'm going to bring my bigger sketchbook. This is the size I absolutely love. It's the A5 or a 5x8, depending on how you like to call these books. What I like about this size, sorry, I just realized I keep opening these pages and it looks like the book's empty, but it's only because I was using things on one side and I was afraid that the markers would go through, and so I skipped to the next page and I left it open because I didn't want any, you can see some ghosting here. I swear this book is almost finished. Now I love taking this size because it allows me to do exercises like this, which is a neurographic form of artwork where you draw lines and fill everything in. If you want to know more about this kind of meditative art form, I have a video to it and I'll share a link to it in the description. But this size lets me just have more time on my hands and explore different things, drawing shapes or even drawing, actual flowers and exploring ideas. It allows me to just do a little bit more, and it allows me to just have also a bigger surface to work on. So this is my go-to. I'm refilming this, so we'll get to this, I promise. Now that I've shown you this sketchbook, let's just go to this, where all the color lives. So this here is my pencil case. It's the Ultimate Mini Pencil Case. If you are new here, I've designed and created a pencil case to help artists and individuals who use art as a tool towards healing to take any and all art supplies with them on the go. So this is a special pencil case. It's not your average one. It'll allow you to carry big, fat, juicy markers. I don't have any Posca pens in here, but these, you can fit Posca pens in here. You can fit really tall Tombow markers. You can fit so many things in here. The reason why I like taking the mini with me, I have two versions of pencil cases. This is called the Ultimate. It's a big one. You can fit so much in it. But I like taking the mini just because of the fact that this is, to me, a little bit quicker for tidy up. So I have everything that I need. I can just quickly close it and away we go. For a doctor's appointment, that's just my preferred way of working with it. And what I love so much about the mini is that even though there are the sections here where you have all the areas and the pockets here as well and a little pocket here, but you have these big pockets that I can fill and still close up. So if I'm not carrying extra markers with me, my mini sketchbook, this little one here, fits inside of here so I can just close it up and go. I also have the ability to take my handmade sketchbooks with me if that's something I'm feeling like doing. I've recently started carrying just one with me no matter what, in case I'm in the mood when I sit down. Because you never know what mood you're going to be in sometimes when you sit down to create art, like how your anxiety is feeling that day, how you're feeling beyond anxiety. Maybe you're just having a tough health day and you're just really feeling it, and maybe you just want to be super messy with it or anything. You never know. So I like being a little prepared for a little bit of any kind of thing. When I'm not feeling well and I'm sitting on the couch or laying in bed, markers and colored pencils are by far my favorite art supplies to use in those situations when my soul needs to create art. However, when I'm at a doctor's appointment, I actually prefer markers. I've discovered that the whole process of having to sharpen my pencils, have my pencil sharpener potentially pop open because it's been full, so then you have to carry it in a Ziploc baggie so you don't accidentally make a mess everywhere in the waiting room. Those kind of things just became like for me, and it wasn't as relaxing. Where when I started to carry primarily all markers, it allowed me to just do everything quickly without that added stressor on top. So I take markers. I still took a couple of colored pencils with me the other week when I just did an iron infusion, and I was like, well, I should have these as a just in case. Like, what if I decide to do something and I want to add like tiny little details afterwards? So I still brought them. I didn't end up using them, but I had them on with me. I'm also in love with right now using black ink for doing line work and anything like that. And I find that the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist fine liners dry really quickly in comparison to anything else, especially because this pen I have right here, it's a Fude something or other. The ink that's inside, because you can have cartridge inks in here, is not waterproof. Oh, it's almost done. Anyways, it's not waterproof, so it smudges if you get markers on it. And there's minimal to no smudging with these, depending on how quick you work. I work fairly fast yet slow. There are instances where I'll do the line work really fast and then I'll get started on the marker part, but I'm traditionally a slow artist. I just take my time doing things. So yeah, these are essentials. And for filling in big areas, this Pentel brush pen that's all over the internet, artists everywhere love this thing, and I can say yes, I can see why. Ink dries like permanent. It has great coverage, capabilities of doing some really interesting line work and texture with it as well. The only downside to this is the fact that when you put big areas down, like heavy ink down, it does take a little bit longer to dry, but that's just me nitpicking. Anyways, let's get into swatching some colors, because seriously, if I were watching this video right now, I'd be like, yeah, but what do these look like? So let's get to it. So first off is this Tombow marker. It's such a beautiful minty color. Its number is 243. I love pairing it with this fellow Tombow marker, which is 379. And because I absolutely love bright chartreuse green, I'm always carrying this one with me. Its number is 133. I only know that because I basically am obsessed with this one. It's rubbed off. You can tell how much I use this pen is the fact that it's rubbed off. And then I also have the Gold Faber Aqua Dual marker. This one here, I believe, is called Pine Green. And then next up is the Dark Lavender. Followed by the Light Violet. Now, I very much love this color palette on its own, but these colors also work great with all the colors I have on this side as well. I tend to pack my pencil cases in sections. So it's a color palette here, a color palette here, and then the essentials. So on this side, the Magenta Bright is this like vibrant, deep purple. And then the Tombow next to it is my favorite coral color. It's like a bright apricot-y peach color, and it's number 873. Now this marker here I've used so often that it's dry now. So it's pale pink from the, so I don't know if that's really showing up on camera. I hope it is. But there's barely any ink left. You have to really push down. This one is light magenta. I'm gonna put it up here just so you can see them in comparison to each other, because this one's the bright magenta. Oh, sorry, magenta bright. And then we have my favorite bright pink. This one here is actually called light purple pink, but it's like this fluorescent, almost, what kind of color would I compare this to in a paint? I want to call it Barbie pink, but not like the pastel Barbie pink. It's that bright Barbie pink shoe that you used to like lose one and then always find it randomly after stepping on it as a kid. That one. And then the red that I'm absolutely loving is the Pale Geranium Lake. I pair this one with this red here in the Faber-Castell Pit Artist brush pen line with the scarlet red. I love these two, well, technically I love these three together, but these two reds I love together so much because this is such a nice orangey red that it's got this, they just pair so well in my opinion. Up next is the Orange Glaze. And then I also have the dark chrome yellow. And then this one here is light yellow glaze. It's more of a greeny yellow. I haven't been using it that often, to be honest. I did one the other day right here, and it paired really well with the purples, but I don't know if I like this yellow. For some reason, it reminds me of that banana flavored medicine that we used to have to take as kids. Not too sure why, but it just does. And then for my blues, I have this cobalt blue. And I've been pairing the cobalt blue with the sky blue. And these colors together, I've been obsessed with using as a color palette. So whenever I'm doing, you know, my, okay. I went through a stage where every day I was drawing with the Neurographic and I was using these colors together. And then I would try mixing in some other colors with the colors, and the point is I just love this color palette. Then over here, the dark blue that I've been using a lot of is Indanthrene blue. It's more on the warmer side, where these are a little, like, this feels cooler, especially when you have these two together, but it's a nice blue to have on hand. And I put it in the pocket back here. Well, I actually, technically, I had it here, didn't I? Yes, I did. In the back pocket, this is a recent addition to my pencil case. I'm working on just really trying to have my bright colors and mix in some earthy colors. So I have this Sanguine from the Faber-Castell Pitt Dual marker line. So those are all the markers that I've been carrying with me in this pencil case. As for the colored pencils, I use these primarily for accenting lines if I want to put any details or shapes or anything like that into my drawings, but I haven't really been using them. They're just sitting here. This one here is Blue Denims, which is a beautiful blue color. It's by far one of my favorite blues. It reminds me of this blue acrylic paint that I used to use all the time from Charvin, which was called French Blue. And then I have my ultramarine. This is Luminance, by the way. So was the other one. And the ultramarine, I just can't find this type of ultramarine blue in markers. I don't know what it is. I keep buying ultramarine markers and they just do not compare to the beauty and the vibrance of this color, of this pencil. And then this one here is Holbein. They have colored pencils. These aren't that easy to find in Canada. I found them from an art supply store in Alberta. They're just as expensive as the Charvin, and I wanted to try them. And this one here is the Jade Green. And it is awesome. I love it. And I so much love using it with these colors. And then next up is another luminance. This is the dark indigo. It's the color I normally use as a black alternative. It might even look black on camera right now, but it is in fact a very dark blue. And the last two colors that I have with me, this one here is Derwent from their Light Fast line. It's Bordeaux. I'm not a super fan of the texture of these. I have a few of them. I bought them because I was like, people were like, if you love the if you love the luminance from Caran d'Ache, you'll love these, but I don't know. They feel harder and I'm not a super fan of that. It's just my personal preference, but I do love this color so much. I pretty much pack this thing with every single color that I love, and I get happy when I open it up and I'm doing something. Next up is Luminous Red from Holbein. You'll note that this is very similar to this one over here. Now, as for the pens, this Fude, I don't know what else it's called. I'll put it on the screen. But basically what's great about this pen is the fact that you can get multiple line shapes. Depending on how you hold it. And I just really like that for when I'm just basically drawing and doing something simple, when all I want to do is line art. Now, if I wanted to do anything that required the markers, as I mentioned, these Faber-Castell markers are the ones that I stick to. This one here is a medium, it's a fine 0.5. And this one here is their medium, which is a 0.7. So the lines, as you can see, have a slight variation. One's a little thicker. And then my last all-time favorite ink pen is this Pilot. I have two more essentials that are must-haves no matter what I'm doing, and that is a pencil. It's nothing fancy, it's just a Staedtler. And then the Jelly Roll white pen. We're reaching the end of today's video. I really do hope that this has helped you in some way, either to inspire you to try the supplies here during your Healing with Art time, or to bring art supplies with you when you're in those kind of situations, sitting in waiting rooms, dealing with doctors. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are interested in using art as a tool towards healing, hit subscribe. All right, thank you. And until next time, stay magical.